everyone. Welcome back to the Love Line.
Hello. It's really kind of a welcome. Because,
it is. You're right. No, you're right.
Because the Love Line, for those of you that don't know, was a talk show last semester.
On the radio.
Was pretty iconic. And
absolutely.
We didn't want it to end, so now it's a podcast. So for those of you that listened on the radio, welcome back. To those of you that are just now listening, welcome to the podcast.
Yep.
We'll just give you like a brief synopsis, like what we're about,
basically we talk about we basically talk about our love lives and the shit show that it is.
Such a shit show.
That's literally, sometimes I sit back and I'm like, how do we get ourselves into these situations? I don't know, but...
Yeah, it's fun to talk about.
It is.
Just look back. You gotta laugh.
You have to laugh at it.
If you don't laugh, you're gonna cry.
Then it's traumatizing.
Yeah.
We turn the trauma into comedy. That's how I cope. It's fine. Literally.
Literally.
That's a topic for another day. Anyway. I can't.
So yeah, basically rundown of the summer. I turned 21 in August. I was going out to the bars, living my best life. I was really living. I caught Corona 3 weeks ago. I'm recovered now, so now we're back in the bars. I was off on commission. I was out of commission. I couldn't think of the words. I was out of commission for 2 weekends, but now we're back and better than ever. This weekend,
this was our first weekend back out in 2-3 weeks, right? Because you had COVID.
Yes, I got a little carried away with the drinking this week, but not in the best way possible.
Yeah.
In the best humanly way possible. So, Trinity had a great time, too. Trinity's man over there bit my shoulder.
I'm so sorry.
I literally...
Mr. T, if you're listening, what was that? I really don't understand...
Yeah, we have code names for those of you that have not listened to the radio show. Mr. T is the kid that she's talking about, and then Voldemort is the kid I'm talking about. Because on the show, we don't like to name names. Though if these people listen, they know exactly who we were talking about.
They know who they are. They know who they are. It's
legally,
not a surprise.
Legally, we're not allowed to use names because, it's slander. But they deserve the slander, so they can have code names. But it's fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, Mr. T, we're out. We go to Porta every Friday. It's a great time. Porta Fridays. We're out. We're dancing. I turned to Mr. T because I just don't think he's very nice to Trinity.
Yeah, let me give them a little background.
Yeah.
So, me and Mr. T have been friends and / more than friends for 2 years now, probably longer. We almost dated. Long story short, he wanted to date me. I wasn't into it because I wasn't over my ex. I kind of cut him off. And then we kind of came back together again at one point, and I liked him and he didn't have the time for me.
That's such a horrible experience.
Right. He's he literally said, it's not that I don't like you, I just don't have the time right now. I was like,
he can make time. But
you just don't like me, but okay.
Yeah.
And then so after that, we kind of did not, we would hang out, but no kissing, no flirting. Well, kind of flirting, but no kissing or anything.
Kind of flirting. Trinity,
definitely flirting.
Come on.
But no kissing or anything, no touchy-feely, anything like that for a full year until a few weeks ago at Porta. So that's kind of where we are. He still hasn't made any more moves towards me. He just kind of will make out with me at Porta and hang out with me and my friends the whole time. And my friends know that he's not the best to me, and he knows that, and he is aware, and he literally will tell me, he's your friends hate me.
No, because I told him that I hated him, because I see him and he's just dancing with Trinity, and I just turn around, and this point, I shot of tequila at some point. I was reminded. And when I have tequila, I'm on my word. I become mean, not mean, but I'm
no, I get you.
Vodka, I laugh. Tequila, I'm just
the alter ego comes out.
Yeah, I'm mean. So after I take a shot of it, I literally look at him. I'm like, Mr. T. He's like, yeah. I go, fuck you. And he goes, what? And I'm like, yeah, I don't like you. You're not nice to Trinity. And he literally gives me the middle finger back, which granted I respect it.
I get that.
Not even 2 minutes later, I feel a warmth on my shoulder.
A warmth.
On my shoulder. I'm a little bit of pain, and I turn around. And I go, Mr. T. He goes, what? I'm like, did you just bite me?
He did bite her. Guys, let me just preface this by saying he is 22. We're all of age. We were intoxicated. We just need to put that out there for legal reasons. Yeah. We are of age. We were intoxicated at the club.
And I was bitten.
I just cannot believe he bit her. I was I literally looked at him. I'm like, why? I was like, why though? You know what I mean?
Between the hours of 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. is completely blurry to me. That and me cursing out the other kid.
That night, I really don't remember that much of that night.
Besides, 2 moments that were absolutely, hysterical in my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Trinity's doing that, whatever, having a great time.
I'm doing great.
I walk around with my friend Mia, my housemate. Absolutely love her.
She was with me a lot of the time too, and thank God she was, because there was a portion of that night where I literally lost Ariana. I lost her. Like, I don't know where you went.
Luckily, I was kissing the brother.
Me and Mia were literally looking for you guys for like an hour with and it's out there. He already knows who he is, Mr. T. Mr. T, everybody. Literally first episode, already exposing myself fully. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. I'm not taking it out.
No. Well, literally, what do you call it? We will just... It's fine.
This is what it is. This is the beauty of the show.
He said he'd be on the show, so it's fine.
He already knows. Yeah, he will be coming on the show. Very excited to have him on.
That's my first question. Why did you bite me? Like, I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah, stay tuned for that.
Yeah, but
very exciting.
Anyway, so Trini was doing that. Normally, when I go to bars, I've only kissed, well, now 3. Only 2 people in my life, because I like to know the person that I'm kissing. I don't know. Like,
Understandable.
I just don't like randoms. Like, I'm just not, like, I'm not into, like, that whole hookup culture thing. But.
Right.
This Friday, I just needed to make a point, because...
And a point was made.
A point was made to his face a couple times. So for those of you that listen to the show, we called him Voldemort. Literally the worst person in the world. So what happened was he would mess with my emotions for literally like 2 years. Like, he just wouldn't hang out with me, but he would flirt with me. Very confusing. Like, I could go on for days about these stories. Like, whatever. Yeah. Over the summer, I didn't talk to him the whole summer. August rolls around. He wishes me happy birthday. Happy birthday's his way back into my life. I'm like, okay, like, I'll entertain it. Like, after I was finally getting over it, then I see him at like the bar. Like, I see him at Bar A. He kisses me there. Then I see him. Then we go to, where did we go? Then we go to Bar A again when school starts the first week. I see him again. He kisses me there, and then he offers to drive me and my housemates home. Drives us home, comes in the house. Again, I'm not a putana. That means whore in Italian. So I never normally do stuff like this. He comes in the house, and I just kiss him for like an hour. And like, that's literally, and he's sober, mind you, so he remembers like this whole thing. Whatever. Barely talks to me now. This happened like a month ago. Has barely talked to me for like a literal month.
I can't stand him.
And it's so annoying, and everyone hates him because he does this shit, and I complain, and everyone sees me get annoyed about it.
Right.
Because, like, it's not surprising, it's just fucking annoying.
It is. No, it is.
So then, like, because I just think we're friends, but then every time he sees me, he flirts with me,
he doesn't even give you the bare minimum, though, and that's what's so annoying about the whole thing with him.
Like, I just can't. So then we were out this Friday, and I just see him there. My whole night was just irritated because I'm like, I just do not want to deal with this kid. Like, I just don't. Like, I'm just over it. Like, you're annoying. You're not that good looking. Like, I don't know what I saw, so I'm just, like, irritated.
Yeah.
So I literally, like, I avoid him the whole night, and then my friend Joey, love her. I still, like, her cousin's friend came. And he was like, okay looking. He was like, okay.
He was.
Okay. But like, I'm like, you know what? Like, the Voldemort's here. Like, I don't know where he is, but if he's watching, like, I think I just need to kiss this kid just to prove a point. Like, so one thing leads to another. I kissed this kid. The worst experience of my life. Like, I was wishing.
Traumatizing.
No. Like, when I tell you, ever watched that episode of SpongeBob where Patrick's, like, literal mouth is open and his tongue is just, like, Lita. Like, that's what it felt.
Yeah.
Like, it was horrible. And he had a beard. It was scratching me. So it lasted for, like, 2 seconds, and I'm like, no. Rosie, my housemate, has it recorded on her phone. I'm like, I never want to see this. Like, please don't do this.
When she showed me, I died. Because I don't know where I was. That night, I was
all over
extremely unwell, extremely under the influence. I literally didn't know where you were, didn't know what was going on. Like, and then Rosie shows me the video. I died. I literally died laughing. It's too funny, but I'm just happy that, like, points were made.
Yeah, but then, okay,
like,
so
you did what you had to do.
Let me get to the points that I made. Okay.
Okay.
So I don't know if Voldemort saw me kissing the boy, whatever.
Right.
So then I'm walking around with my housemate Mia, and I see Voldemort. So I literally look at him. I go, hi. He goes, hey, and he, like, opens his arms to hug me or dance. I don't know what it was. I was very drunk at this point. I literally look at him, and I stick up the middle finger, and I go, fuck you. And he literally looks at me, but he's
so
like,
good.
I think he's drunk too. He looks at me and gives me, like, this face, and he gives me the finger back. I'm like, no, like, fuck you. And I walked away. But I think he was, like, I don't even know if he...
I'm happy I was actually there for that.
Like, I don't know who he was around, like, that I did that, but I'm like, whatever. So then...
I don't know who he was with. He was with, like, I think one other guy.
I just can't
who was
remember.
Walking in front of him.
I don't know. I literally can't tell you. Like, that night is blurry, but I just remember saying,
it
fuck
was nuts.
Because that was building up in me for 2 years. She's like, no, like, fuck you.
Yeah.
So then... whatever, and then I walked past him again, and I was like, oh, I kind of felt mean, so I was like, oh, like, I was just kidding, and he's like, no, like, and I was like, no, and then I literally gave him the middle finger back. I was like, okay, then fine, like, fuck you, whatever. So then, that's, like, the last I see him. Then we end up getting in the Uber, going home. We get home, I'm with Mia on the floor in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Trinity's there to witness, because she's she's the unofficial housemate.
Yeah.
And I go, Voldemort, like, in case you didn't get the point at Porta, fuck you. And I sent the video again.
She did.
Because
through Snapchat.
I blame the tequila. Through Snapchat, he leaves.
I would. Oh my God, yeah.
He leaves it on open, so then I think that just annoyed me. So then I sent another one. I'm like, and you're gonna leave it on open, and you wonder why I gave you the middle finger. The next morning, he also left that on open, and I haven't heard from him since. But I think
which is probably a good thing.
I think it's for the best.
It is,
and I think I got my point across because honestly, being nice gets me nowhere with him.
That's very true.
He just needed to be like, not even humble, but like he just needs to know like I'm just kind of over it because like normally like if I would see him out, I'd be like, okay, like I'll literally dance with you and kiss you because you're like so cute, but like at this point it's just like he causes me so much stress because he confuses me. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't like I don't know how to go about it because it's weird. Like he'll flirt with me.
I think that
I just don't know.
I always hear like the phrase like how they treat you is how they feel about you, which I kind of think is true. But then remember you said one time, I remember you said, well, you know how they say like if they wanted to, they would. And then like, you're like, well, I want to and I don't. And I do relate to that. I do understand that. But I feel like in this case, the best thing you can do is nothing. Like literally be done.
No,
because he's never going to learn his lesson. If you keep him in your life, he's going to keep treating you the same way. He will never change. Trust me. I know I have a crazy ass ex-boyfriend who literally stalks me. So that's another story for another time.
I ignored him for 3 months over the summer. I was living my best life. I was like so stressed. I was stress free. I was finally over it.
Yeah.
And then like he wished me happy birthday. Then he was like nice to me for like a couple weeks, comes back to the house, kisses me here, kisses me there. And then after that all happens, then you're not going to talk to me again. Like that's literally
it's annoying.
That's just annoying to me.
Yeah.
It's just like pick what you want. Like not even like literally it's just weird like because I thought we were like friends at a point. You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird to me because
I think the lines have been blurred with you guys.
I just think it's a confusing relationship.
You guys have had like a flirtatious relationship.
It never
I think
started as friends. That's the
issue.
That's
exactly.
the problem.
It never did.
But like it did, but it didn't. Like I don't know. Like,
it was always like a friendly friend.
It was always like a friendly friend. Like there was always flirting there. So it's just like now like. I'm like a very chill person though I'm screaming, but like you know I'm like I'm like a very like whatever kind of person, so like it wouldn't affect me. He was like, oh, like you want to like hang out and do something, and be like, yeah, like I wouldn't be like staring at him to kiss me the whole time. Like I'm not like a freak, like you know what I'm saying. So I'm just like I don't know, but I don't know if he feels weird, but like I kind of like at the same point I always say I'm like, oh, like he confuses me. I do the same shit back, like.
As you should. See, I do too with Mr. T, and you know what I realized though?
I can't blame it all on him.
But can we? I feel like we maybe can be able to blame it on them because I literally was thinking to myself, I play games with Mr. T too, but I only play these games
because
with him
they play them
because
first.
they play them with me. So am I really like? Can I actually be mad at him? Yes, I can because I would not play these games if he would just be straight up with me. Do you know what I mean? So now it's kind of like, no, I actually do have a right to be mad.
No, you're right. Because like when I was like, oh, I feel bad for cursing him out. Like like several times, and then
as you should though, he rightfully deserved it.
No, but and on a form of social media, I just kind of felt bad because I was never mean to him. And I'm like, you know what? Like he knows I'm Italian. He knows like I must have 13 personalities. So he just met the second of the 13 personalities this weekend. So like if he can't handle it, like whatever.
Then bye. On to the next.
I can't. But he's gonna come back. He always does. So I'm just waiting on it. But
he will.
Like I'm just gonna be like, leave me alone. Like I'm gonna be like, go away.
I'm kind of waiting for my ex to come back. Okay.
No.
Okay, I want to tell the story about my ex really quick since we are in the summer recap.
The summer recap.
I did get back with my ex-boyfriend of like. We dated for like 4 years on and off. Like I did get back with him.
I still can't believe you did that.
For 2 months. I literally didn't even tell Ariana. I told her that we were like talking, but I asked her one time at the beach. I was like, remember when I asked you? I was like, so how would you feel like if I did get back with him? You were like, she literally looked me right in the eyes. She was like, no.
Because he was literally the worst. Can I like get into like he
he cheated on me, etc.
She would still go back. And like I understand.
Yeah.
I understand like going back to the person because like.
It was just a long time in my life. Like, I've never felt that way for someone.
It's hard to get over, but he treated her so bad that I literally...
Worse than bare minimum.
Yeah. Like Voldemort gives me below sea level minimum, he gives her worse than below sea level minimum. Like,
yeah.
It's hard.
Even when I dated him,
like, Voldemort's nice to me at least. Like, he's weird, but he's nice.
No, my ex was never nice. Well, he was. I mean, there was like, when we first started dating, for like the first 2 years, it was really, really good.
Yeah.
And then we ended up breaking up on very civil terms. Like, we were both very upset about it. Like, we had to break up because I went to college. He's a year younger than me, so he was still in high school at that point. And I was like, you know, I'm in high school, whatever, or not high school, college. So like, I'm in high school. No, I'm in college. So like, I just wanted to like meet new people, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I cut him off. And then we ended up getting back together. And then when we got back together, it was horrible. He ended up, leaving me, telling me that he's gonna go work on himself, and then the next day dated someone else, like fully dated another girl.
That he cheated on you with.
That
correct?
he probably... We can, use context clues to assume that he cheated on me with her, because how do you just break up with me and then the next day literally date someone else? Like, actually date them. Like, plaster it all over social media. Like, it's unspeakable.
Words.
No, it is. It's like, unspeakable.
I just want to know where men get the audacity when they're not.
I have never
seen that good looking.
My ex is not good looking at all. No slander, no hate.
Have a god complex. Like the okay and the ugly.
That's why I should have never gave him a chance, because I'm telling you, when you give an ugly guy a chance, says you're pretty. I like to think that I'm, like somewhat kind of cute. When we give these guys like chances, and they literally all of a sudden think they're God. They think they're God, and then because they got you and me or whoever,
they can get whoever they want. And I'm like, no.
They're like, you know what? They're like, I'm gonna go see if the grass is greener on the other side. I'll be back. And then
you're not there. Then you're not there.
They're not there. And that's where I made the mistake many times. And so
I made that mistake.
The last time I ended up fully cutting him off. And I actually had a guy over a few weeks ago.
Yeah, she did.
I really like him, but he kind of just plays games with me too, so whatever. But my ex ended up showing up at my house while this man was in my bed.
Crazy man.
And he was knocking on the door, and he was like really trying to fight him. Like, he literally pulled up with like 2 other people. Like, he was trying to fight him. Luckily, I'm a G, and I somewhat did a diversion or something. I literally told my ex, I was like, listen, I don't want you anymore. You need to stop showing up here. That was that. I told him if he came again, I will call the cops. Because it's like, I've already told you I don't want to be with you. Like, you need to let me go.
Like, enough. Like, it's scary at that point.
I am scared for my safety. There's so many stories about why I'm scared for my safety, but let's just say I'm scared for my safety, to say the least.
Yeah.
So, he hasn't been back since then. But, like, I don't know. Like, since I'm in that process of, like, the grieving process still, like, I've been thinking, like, I feel like weird about how it ended. Like, I wish that I could tell him like the reason behind like why I said that I don't want to be with you. Like, you have to go. But it's like, I don't even know him that though at the same time.
Point, I feel the same way. Like, to the fact that like I told Voldemort to go fuck himself. Like, because I've always been nice. So I'm like, there's could have been like a better way that I went about it. But at the same point, you can't like switch what you did. And like, I feel like it was warranted the way that we react, and it's like, if you never want to talk to me again because of the way I said it, then like whatever. But like, you got me to that point, right? So it's not even like, so yeah, like, could have I went about it in a nicer way? Yeah, but like, were you messing with my emotions for literally over a year? Absolutely. Yeah. So like, the fact that you kept pushing me till I break, and then I seem crazy. I'm not crazy. You made me insane.
You're absolutely right, because he literally was telling me, my ex was literally telling me at the door, he's like, because he was shocked that I had a guy over. He said, he's like, I thought you wanted to talk to me. And I was like, I literally tried to talk to him like 2 weeks prior to that. And he was like, all right, like, I don't know if I can. He's like, I'll let you know. I'll text you tomorrow. Never texted me. Never scheduled a day with me. So I blocked him. I said, okay, you don't want to talk? Done. I don't need the closure. Bye.
It's like, it's ridiculous. And like, at the same point, like, it sucks when you don't get closure. Because like, honestly, like, if I just knew the vibes of like this whole thing where I was like, okay, like, we're friends, like, whatever, like, cool. Like, it's just the confusing part that's annoying, and then not being able to get closure. Yeah. Like, not even like closure. It's just like, just knowing the vibes. Like,
I think it's just like, good to get not even closure, but like a clean break.
Yeah. So like, I would like, but
it never is.
Like, that's why I'm like, should have I said that? Like, I still want to be like friendly, but like, at the same time, like, what is the use
I think it was warranted.
No, I'm saying I think it was warranted. And what's the use of being friendly when he never sees me anyway, unless he's kissing me at a bar?
And no, exactly. And I was thinking about it with my ex too. Like, if I was to reach out to him, I think that would look extremely dumb on my part. So I will not do that. I think my pride is way too big for that anyway.
I was gonna apologize for the Snapchat videos, but I'm like, I can't do that.
But you know what?
I can't do that.
Because the reason why I want to talk to him is to be on like, not even on civil terms. I don't want to keep contact with him.
I just don't want him to think I'm angry.
Exactly. I just wanted to stay on okay terms, but I realized that me and my ex will never be able to have a civil conversation, I don't think ever. We're incapable of it. Like, he is so set in his ways. Like, he like truly believes, after everything that he's done to me, he truly believes that he's in the right. And I can't do anything to change that. So like I'm like, not even, I'm like, not doing that.
That's like the other one. I don't think in his mind, like, he doesn't think he did anything wrong. And it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's like, you owe me nothing, but you owe me the decency of being like a decent human being at the end of the day.
Right.
Like, because honestly, like, he probably knows the vibes that I literally think he's like I told him when he literally was back at the house, I was like, no, like, you're literally like the cutest stuff. Like, I literally, you know what I'm saying? So like, he knows the vibes, he knows I like him. So don't come back to my house and kiss me if you're not gonna like follow up with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's taking advantage.
And it is. Because
he knows, to be honest, he knows I have a soft spot for him, and he just digs into it. And
he knows. Just, like, he's very aware of it.
He's very aware of it. I'm just like, oh, like, no, like, maybe he's shy. Like, no, like, you're not shy. You're not this. You're not that. You take advantage of the soft spot I have for you, and I'm over it. I'm literally over it. Like,
and I wish he would just be honest with like how he truly feels about you, because I think it's really annoying that you've had to guess for literally years, like, because it is true that your friendship was never a friendship.
I don't even know what it was.
It was always a flirtatious situationship since jump. Like, because I literally remember the first time I met the kid was like around when you guys first met. I literally walked in on like their first conversation. Yeah. And so I've seen it from day one that it was always never just a friendship. So I think maybe that is why lines have been blurred, but also like
it's just weird. I don't know. Like,
but I think you have made an effort to get it out of that point, and he has not.
Like, not even
out of keeping it in like limbo. It's like, why are we in limbo right now?
Because I literally like I'll talk to him like friend, like, you know what I mean, like not flirt them, and then like at other points it's like flirting, and I'm just like, whatever. Like, I don't care either way. It's just like, pick a side, sir. Like, pick a side. Like, I just I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
God. Well, that's the recap for this week. I mean,
summer recap.
Tune in next week if you want to hear about my Disney adult at JMax.
This is an amazing story. Literally, I met a really nice guy there, and I'm going on a date.
And I met a Disney adult, so stay tuned for the next episode.
Stay tuned for next week, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Also, follow us at The Love Line on Instagram. Keep an eye out for our Twitter, YouTube. We're doing video now.
Yes, all our links will be posted on our Instagram.
Absolutely.
The Instagram is the only one up and running right now.
Yes, and we'll post every time we are going to release a new podcast. So you guys will always be updated in the know. If you guys have any stories for us, any advice for us, please DM us, email us.
We want to hear the stories. We want to hear your advice. Like, please let me know if my fuck yous were warranted. Please. Like,
please.
I genuinely want to hear others' opinions.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to know.
I would love to know.
Yeah, but well,
I'm so happy to be back. Thank you, guys.
I'm so happy to be back, and to our new listeners,
see you guys next week.
See you next week.
This was The Love Line. Bye, guys.
Bye.